Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be working on one of my favorite cars. To be fair, a customer friend of mine has a 55 Chevy Bel Air that I've done quite a bit of work to over the years, and it's just a super rad car. The guy drives the car every single day. It's his daily driver. How cool is that, guys? Anyway, it has a 383 Blueprint engines motor in it. It has a 700 R4 transmission, has vintage air conditioning, Sniper EFI, CVF Racing front runner kit, a quick performance 9-inch Ford in it, power brakes, power steering. The radio is a custom auto, I always mess that up, custom auto retro sound, something like that. Basically it looks like a bone stock 55 Chevy radio, but again it's full Bluetooth and all that. And it has like a classic instrument panel, which is digital, but it looks like the factory one. Anyway, having said all that, the last thing I really haven't done much to suspension wise is just that. It still has fairly stock control arms on it. It's been rebushing. It has leaf springs on the back and air shocks. So anyway, today I'm going to start on the suspension upgrade kit. So we ended up buying a CPP Pro Touring kit for the car. I'll turn around and show you guys exactly what it comes with here. So it has tubular control arms, upper and lower, and the front, which are pretty beefy, guys. These things are pretty substantial. It has a setup for a normal, traditional spring, as well as a coil over setup. I'm pretty sure that's why the hole's so large. Anyway, super robust, man. These things are no joke. So it has Viking coilovers for the front, the thrust washers and all that, and 450-pound springs because it's small block Chevy. And it has it has sway bars front and rear, which is kind of cool. It's like a 1-inch sway bar for the front. The back has like adjustable rod ends for it, which is kind of cool. Maybe we'll see how that works out. I have leaf springs for the rear that are allegedly 2-inch lowering leaf springs. I don't know what that means. I mean, I understand what 2-inch lowering means, but I don't understand how that measures up to where the car is at. If it has sagging springs in it now, if it has, factory springs from 1955, which I don't think it does. They look pretty good. I have no idea what to tell the customer what 2-inch lowering springs is going to do for his car. Hell, it could lift the back of the car from where it is now. I don't know. There is no nominal measurement on a 55 Chevy that exists in the world that says this is stock and this is 2-inch lower, because they all have different size tires. Again, trying to find a bone stock one is pretty hard to do that's been restored, I guess, to, I don't know, factory ride height. Doesn't matter. Point is, these are allegedly 2-inch lower. So anyway, we're going to check it out. So let's get started on this, huh? Yeah, this is going to be fun. I like I said, absolutely adore this car. It's such a cool build. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the way I like to take measurements from a customer's car that is going to change anything on the suspension is I like to do it with a little bit of tape. I make a little mark on it with a Sharpie, and I'll take a measurement at all 4 corners and I'll write it down. This is at 27 7/8. Okay? The reason why I do that is this customer specifically said that he likes the ride height of the car as it is, and I'm going to try to get it back to that as best as possible, of course, and within a little bit. The only thing about it is the rear springs may not allow it to be the exact same height as it is, but the front's a coilover, so we're going to go with that. Okay, so I haven't really run into a problem, but I just wanted to show you guys when people get into these cars, they tend to change things around, and sometimes it's a good thing. here's the upper control arm, right? So these are like pressed in studs from the factory. So you have to clear these threads, pulling the control arm that way. Well, as you can tell, it's going to hit the header. However, these have been replaced with bolts. So you can just push the bolt in. Well, it's got some tension on it, but anyway, push the bolt in, and then that way the control arm can just come straight up. And I don't have to pull the headers off the car to get the upper control arms off, which that's a win. So it's dark. Hey, there it is. Hey, still an idiot. You guys just can see me brighter now. So anyway, I'll keep cracking on it. I got the front suspension off, and man, this frame is in excellent condition. I don't know if you guys know a lot about these Tri-5 cars, but apparently there's two different types of frames. There is the two-piece frame and the one-piece frame, and I guess just manufacturing techniques or whatever, but I'm going to show you the difference on this car at least. So as you can see, the frame has a seam right here, right? There's a weld. There's one piece clamshells over the next, and you can see it as it goes all the way down, right? Two-piece frame. There's very little differences, I guess, in strength. The main difference is, I think the frame rails on some of the cars are in different widths. So some of the suspension components may be different. The stuff we're messing with doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter. I don't know if you guys got one of these Milwaukee lights. The damn magnet is so strong, everything sticks to it except for when you want the light to stick to something, not so much. Anyway, my car owner complained about a little bit of what did he say? His words were the car would wander a little bit. So all the bushings were pretty good, but as you can see, the center link bushing is shot right here. I don't know if you can see that. See, it's all like gnarled out there. So what I'm going to try to do is, I don't know if I can replace just those bushings. I might be able to just get the bushing itself off this pitman arm, which is also a bit wonky, or if I can just order a new one. I'm not really sure what would be the best method. Probably just get a new one. Anyway, I figure at least I get the control arms on, all that stuff. That's got nothing to do with the center link. So yeah, anyway, let me set up the two control arms that came off the car and a set of the new tubular ones, and let you check out the difference. Wow, check out this, guys. So this is the CPP tubular control arm setup, and as you can tell, man, it is robust. That's like 1 3/8, maybe 1.5 inch diameter tubing, which is fantastic. And these stamped steel jobbers, although they work great, and you know they are light. To be honest with you, you know, these tubular ones, I would, you know, I don't have a scale, but just by judging them, they're probably, you know, a couple pounds lighter for sure. But the deflection, you know, like look at the robustness. This thing has a nice big flat bracket welded across it that's got a nice bend in it for the ball joint. This is like very robust billet mount where the control arm goes, and also that's the adjustment for your let's see, that would be your camber. Yeah, camber, I guess caster as well. But and these weren't in bad condition. Somebody replaced these bushings with some polys at some time. The ball joints didn't look too bad. You'll see in the time lapse that I use the pickle fork to knock them apart. I don't normally use a pickle fork on anything I want to try to reuse, because it just usually yeets the rubber boot instantly. So knowing that I wasn't going to reuse them, I got it out and let the fury fly a little bit. But normally I don't use it. So anyway, yeah, this stuff is considerably nice, man. I'm very impressed with it. So anyway, let me keep going. Okay, so the double adjustable setting, got compression and rebound on both, obviously, too. The chart that comes with the coilovers gives kind of an indication of what you want to do setting wise. This car is going to be a comfort car, so we're not doing autocross, we're not doing handling, we're not doing drag racing. So I'm going to set it at the lowest setting of comfort. So that'd be 1 compression in and 4 rebound in, okay? I'm gonna set them both that way because I can always go stiffer if I want to. So we're gonna go, I already had it turned. So, you know, positive and negative, it shows right there. So 1, and then I'll just turn this real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure it's all the way. 1. Oh, that one's tight. Yep, so 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I say, we can always go a little more aggressive with it. We can go considerably more aggressive with it according to this chart, but I want to have it as a comfort setting initially, and that way we can always step it up. I feel sometimes on these kits that I install, if I go a little harsh initially, sometimes it scares the car owner a little bit. They think that it's always going to be that way, and I don't like that, so I just prefer just to go as soft as I can and then just roll them into it. Let me keep going, boys. Okay, so now we're on to the front sway bar. I've got the control arms bolted on the car. I've got the coilovers on, and yeah, I got them all the way extended down right now, so the car will be absolutely as low as possible. I will adjust that, of course, accordingly. So the sway bar gets mounted into this part of the frame. Oh, Jesus Christ. It gets mounted into the C part of the frame right there. There's like a big hole for the, I guess that's maybe the front support for the bumper. So I got to figure out a way to get a U-bolt into that area, which should be a challenge. But anyway, the instructions are not very clear. That's the one thing about the CPP kit that not a huge fan of. Not that I need a ton of instructions. That's not the point. The point is that there aren't much of them. So the good thing is yeah, I'll just have to wing it. But regardless, the sway bar is nice, and I'm going to go ahead and assemble it and then bolt it onto the control arms, and that way I can get an idea where I'm going to have to drill the holes for those U-bolts. So let me do that real quick, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, well, I got the sway bar located and bolted all in. All the front suspensions bolted on. It was actually pretty easy to get the U-bolts in there. There's a little bit of a room in the back, so it didn't fight me too much. I didn't film myself drilling holes. I figured you guys have seen people drill holes before. So anyway, yeah, it looks pretty dope, man. The system is pretty nice. I'm impressed with it. I have to replace some suspensions, or well, steering stuff that's a little wonky. Let's see if I can get this light to stick. Probably not. Let's just put it right here then, huh? How about that? Yeah? So, pitman arm? Something? I don't know what this is called. I think the pitman arm's the other side. Whatever this is. It's, you know, it's got quite a bit of play in it right here. I don't know. Like if you wiggle the wheel, well, I say that, it's a little easier to do with 2 hands, but you see how it has a lot of up and down movement? Like, oh, there you go. You can see it now. So this joint is wore out. So what I'm afraid of, you know, it'll make the wheels kind of shopping cart a little bit to some degree. I'll see if I can get a new one of those, whatever this is. You 55 Chevy guys or GM suspension guys will tell me I'm an idiot and it's a blah, blah, blah arm. And I understand. I'm cool with that. But anyway, yeah. Oh, it's been a good day, guys. I got some hours in it, but you know what? It's coming along, and I'm going to have to get some, I think there's some bushings missing in the leaf springs up for the front. I'll have to see if I can source those locally or not. Hopefully I can. Hopefully I can get that suspension stuff, I'm sorry, that steering stuff locally as well. That'd be rad. We don't have to delay anything. And then, yeah, so tomorrow what I'm going to do is I may actually put the car on the ground. I'm not sure. Maybe I won't. I was going to think maybe I could put it on the ground and get it somewhat ride height set, but I don't think that's super critical at this moment. At this juncture. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take it from there, and maybe tomorrow I'll film some more and show you guys what else I'm doing. All right, thanks.